there's a big change in the business model required for the industry. It's to do with other players getting involved, like the tech companies and so on. And so particularly for OEMs and for dealer networks, the time is very challenging at the moment. The challenge is really to the business model there, because the question is who owns the customer. In the past, typically the OEMs and the dealers have owned the customer. They have the closest relationship. As connectivity is growing and growing in vehicles, then it's the person who controls that connectivity, which is very often a Google or an organization like that, and they are picking up all the information about the customer. So one of the big challenges for the industry, for the traditional industry, is how do they participate in that downstream activity? How do they make money? How do they make a business from what's going on after they've sold the car, not just in repairing it, but also in this connection with the customer? And I think that's going to be a big decider whether or not the OEMs succeed or not in the future.
Yeah, that's exactly where we have built a number of solutions to help OEMs actually make that transformation of their retail environment, and the different needs that are there, not only from the customers but also coming from these new players in the market. And I think absolutely Apple and Google and others, maybe new players that we don't even know of today, will play a role in the future moving forward. But that then demands from the OEMs that they have to rethink their business model, and not only from their perspective but also integrating the retail environment, how they link and integrate to the customer in their strategies.
I do not believe that the tech companies have any interest in becoming an OEM. They're using cars in order to find out how their expertise works in a car. Why would a company like that, that's very highly rated, get involved with an auto industry where there's massive investments, there's overcapacity in the industry, so there's ongoing pressure for prices to come down, costs are being pushed up by regulations, by safety, emissions, customer expectations, higher technology. And so the margins in traditional motor industry, in my view, are going to stay low. They've been low, they'll stay low. So the key is, how do the OEMs and those tech companies have alliances in the future so that they can both benefit? But I think that's the paradigm shift we're looking at right now. There's already been quite a lot of data coming into the auto industry historically. Things like warranty, the warranty system when cars go wrong. And I've seen some car companies who just don't know how to use even that amount of data. You know, they should be using that data to solve problems, but they drown in the amount of data. Now that's going to go up by 10 times or more, the amount of data they're going to get. And I think they've got to, so getting data is a positive, of course, but it's also a risk. And I think companies are going to have to look at, why do I need that data and what am I going to use it for? They will have to focus, otherwise I think they can get drowned. And I don't think they are ready. I don't think they've thought that through yet.
Obviously, when it comes to retail data and about data of the dealer organizations and the performance, and we can help. I mean, we have solutions built around central data management and getting value out of data, because actually that's what it is all about. How can I generate from a lot of information, a lot of data, relevant value for the customer in the end? That is where I think OEMs will be needing help from companies that have specialized knowledge, specialized capabilities in this field of play.
I would jump in there and agree. MSX is much better than the OEMs at using this data. They know how to collect it. They know they're focused, and they lead to new leads for service or potential purchase of a car. And MSX has got that experience, having worked with several OEMs. I think there's a real opportunity as the data grows for MSX to be very helpful to OEMs in the future.